and welcome back. I am still kind of sick, but I think the worst has passed. Although the reason that you're seeing my face is Luke does not feel very well now. So I'm hoping he does not get what I had. I'm sure you can tell by my voice, I've still got a lot of yucky drainage going on. But I figured, why not record some stuff? Because there has been things happening with the house, but in general, I've been trying to brainstorm, like, what is this channel going to be? Because obviously once the house is done, there will be no longer any updates to the house other than like decorating for a holiday or, whatever, new furniture, things like that. But what does day-to-day life kind of look like, I guess? Since this is a vlog channel, I figured I would vlog, and I'm really bad about that. Obviously, Luke is the one that is used to being in front of the camera, so it is a stretch for me, and it's just a muscle that I need to work on. So I figured I'd pick up the camera, show you what we got going on. This is a room that you guys don't see very much. This is my mudroom / office, and it needs to be cleaned up. So I'm going to do a very satisfying, hopefully, time lapse of me tidying up this room. And then I wanted to show you the laundry room because I don't think we ever fully showed that now that it's done and we're moved in and all of that. And I did a little arrangement that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while. So it's like everything's dead right now, obviously. So bringing in fresh foliage is not really a thing. It's all going to be dried or dead or whatever. And in all the magazines and all the inspiration photos that I was looking at, there's normally like a big branch, basically, like that. Those are the things that I've been looking at and going like, ooh, that looks really nice. Like a very large branch, maybe with some leaves, some acorns attached to it, as kind of like the floral arrangements. Not floral, obviously, but something that's striking, something that's big, that takes up space. So I finally found the perfect branches because I was realizing that I kind of needed them to fall naturally to be as big as I needed them to be and to be accessible, because I'm not going to, get out a ladder or a cherry picker and go chop some branches off of a tall tree. So I got very lucky and found some during one of my walks the other day and fiddled around with that. So I wanted to show that too. And the fact that the laundry room is clean is, something that needs to be documented because it's not going to last very long. But yeah, figured I'd take you around, show you a little bit of the progress on the library too. It's not fully done, so I'm not sure how much I want to show you because it's so close. They're about to start the tile in there. He has to go get something to fix some of the sheetrock so that the tile lays flat. But yeah, there's stuff going on. The Christmas tree is still up. Sickness and all of that. We had grand plans to take it down when we had some friends over, but then I got sick and everything got canceled. So that will be a process that we will dive into soon, hopefully. If Luke stays healthy, then we'll be able to get that done. But it's like a whole day thing. Like, you need to wake up, get snacks, plan to order pizza for dinner, because we have to set up scaffolding and all that. So yeah, just getting the vestiges of Christmas gone. Oh, I can show you upstairs. I put away all the Christmas up there finally. So it's kind of my first time seeing that area with no Christmas and seeing it, how it's going to look for the majority of, the year. So that was kind of cool. There's some stuff we need to get. The space is very large and we've just kind of thrown stuff in as a placeholder right now, but it's cool to see it normal, I guess, for the most part. But yeah, so I need to clean up in here a little bit because I have a Zoom meeting with a potential sponsor later this afternoon. That has been really cool. Thank you all for supporting and going to the links that we've put in there and being so, supportive in general of us having sponsors now. I know that's kind of like a weird thing and it's odd to have like an ad in the middle of a video, but it is what helps us continue to make videos. It's something that goes right back into the house, which means you get to see more content from that. And it's really cool that, we've built a community that's large enough that advertisers want to help us continue. And that's all because of you all. So we really appreciate that. And it's it's like a weird thing for me because I'm not used to it. Luke obviously understands that whole process, but it's something that, I didn't think that would be possible on this channel just because, you know, we're just kind of showing our house and we didn't know how many people would really be interested in that. But yeah, enough of me yapping. I'm going to clean and show you around. And done. So let's see if I can figure out how to use this camera. There we go. Much better. Much more satisfying. The light that comes in here is beautiful and the view is beautiful. However, it does get the back of this computer screen very hot and everything that sits over here very hot, and I can't sit here during certain hours of the day or I'm gonna get blinded. So I do need to figure out some kind of window treatment. Thinking Roman shades, but I don't know what color. I'm looking at a company called 2 Pages because they have the most color selection, but I just don't know what the vibe in here is gonna be yet. And I'm still trying to decide if we're gonna switch out this wallpaper. That's a whole nother story. It just wasn't a great quality of wallpaper. So when they put it up, there's just been a lot of issues with it. So I'm either going to keep it and just, you know, get over it, overlook the tiny problems or the edges or tears or rips or whatever. Or I'm gonna pick a different wallpaper, which I already have one in mind if that's the route that I go down and I wouldn't have to repaint, which would be fantastic because the less paint fumes while we're living here, the better. The staining in the library has already been quite stinky. At least it's getting done. That's all that I care about. But yeah, so let's take a walk to the laundry room. So I am loving how this is turning out. I feel like it's exactly what I wanted it to be. Just look at that view when you come in the door. I mean, get out of here. So this is the foraged branches situation that I did the other day. I have no idea what kind of tree this is. I know where I picked it out from underneath a tree, but it's really cute. And it looks like it's got, I don't know if they're actually acorns, but little tiny things on there, and I feel like the amber color goes in here really well and it's big. I just wanted something to take up some of that space so it didn't look so bare, because without any window treatments currently, the house can feel a little not homey sometimes, especially with a lot of hard surfaces like in here. So the only update in here that I don't think anyone has seen is we finally got this valet rod installed. So basically when I want to steam something, I needed a place to hang stuff on, or, you know, when I'm doing laundry and I'm hanging up like shirts, tops, whatever, there's not really a place to do that here. And of course, you know, I could probably hang them on the handles here, but that's just not a great solution. So we had this little guy installed. So he folds down. There's a plug over here behind all of the laundry stuff that's accessible. So if I want to steam something, I can hang it up here. It's long enough to where if it's like even a full dress, then it'll fit there. And when I don't need it, it's out of the way. And it's above my head height, so I'm not gonna hit it. But yeah, still loving the bats in here, man. The vision is happening. The vision is visioning. The tile guy just got back to fix the drywall, so I wanted to come in here and show you before he starts working. See if I can do it in record time here. I need to turn on the chandelier. So it is a lot of wood, but it is looking very, very good. So it's really dark in here, obviously, because of the stain, but I am starting to brainstorm what kind of rug situation is going to go down here, and I think I finally figured it out. And the chairs, so the chairs are very modern. The rug is kind of like a mixture of modern and traditional, because the tiles that are gonna go on the sides here are all Art Nouveau style. It's two of the seasons basically, or no, 2 of the times of the day. That's what it was. And then it's gonna be like a teal lighter color surround and then all the way back into the wall there. So trying to get a good mix of like the traditional Art Nouveau era and something modern. So it's not just, you know, one single look, because life is too short. And I'm a very eclectic person. I like it when things are mixed like that. So everything's looking good in here. And we got the pocket door hardware installed and it is looking glorious. So that keyhole is not just for looks, it does actually function. So I don't know why I would lock this room, but I can if I want to. Loving it, loving it. And then once the tile is done, we can finally take off the plastic back here, because these are like the wavy glass that's the same as in the kitchen. And I've not ever gotten to see this door completely uncovered. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, again, tiny things are getting ticked off the list. Almost there. Figured I would take you up here, show you a non-Christmas tour of the second floor, because it is pretty different. I'm not gonna lie. No Christmas. I'm kind of sad. I'm still mourning it, if I'm being honest. But we now have a nice little reading / record listening to situation, because all the records live in here, and then I still have to bring the record player. It's just like a turntable that will connect to Bluetooth. We're not audiophiles or anything, so simple setup that'll go up there and people can chill. That's the whole idea of this whole living room situation, is just having a place for people to be comfortable, chill, and not have to worry about being in the way, and then get away from us if they want to. Loving how this room is turning out. The light in here is always so good, and it's clean. And the tile's done. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. We'll visit over there in a second. So we've gotten some photos from Luke's uncle. I just thought they really well in here. Like the colors match everything. Everything's kind of like a creamy off-white as far as frames go. It matches the wall color. And then, you know, the muted greens and yellows. It was supposed to be. Yeah, it's really beautiful out here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see the view, but it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. But yeah, I need to do a big old deep clean to get this back, because there's a little bit of like extra grout and wallpaper glue and all that stuff over here. But this needs final deep clean, but everything's done. Wow. This turned out exactly as I envisioned it, honestly. You know, the ceiling color matching the flowers. And the wallpaper, this light blue, almost white, matches one of the light blues in there. The green matches the green, yada, yada, yada. You get the picture. It's just the most girly, fun, Victorian situation. I still need to use this tub because, I mean, come on. Look at that tub filler. It is gorgeous. My mom has used it and she said she loved it. So, looking forward to that. Got a little antique mirror situation going on over here. This is a Facebook Marketplace find. It is an Eastlake style. Hello. And it fit absolutely perfectly right here, because most of the mirrors that I was finding are like pier mirrors or hearth mirrors, and they were either enormous, like floor to ceiling situation, or they were super wide. In this area, I don't know if you can tell on camera, is pretty narrow. You can just kind of tell by the sink. The sink just fits there. But yeah, found that. Guy was willing to meet up, as you do on Facebook, and it's in great condition. The mirror has obviously been replaced, but it's gorgeous. And then little candlelight light fixtures. That's the word I was looking for. And just like every room in this house, really great view. Dirty window. Great view. We got to figure that out. But yeah, so stoked. We were waiting on, let me see if I can show you. We were waiting on the rest of these tiles because they ordered too many of these, not enough of those. And then this little pencil, and then this finish pencil here. Ooh, yeah, definitely got some grout going on here. I need to come in here and clean that real good, but it's done. So the tile in the library is the only tile left to do in the whole house, which is so exciting. I'm so ready for, you know, certain things to be done. And then really after that, I think there's some like minor electrical stuff and then a lot of paint touch-ups. And I think we're almost done. Then it's gonna be on us to like, you know, make it a home. But yeah, loving it in here. So let's traverse across the hall to the masculine room. I set up, one of the gifts from my mom is this vintage telescope. Now, I probably did not set it up in a way to where it works correctly. So just full disclosure, but it really turned out cool in here. Still in love with this color, still stoked that we did, you know, the whole ceiling, the trim, all of that. Started to hang a couple of things up in here. Can't remember if we've shown you any of that or not, but yeah, I got this little vintage telescope going on. Moved one of the chairs in here just to kind of fill the space for right now because it was a whole lot of nothing. Got my hat maker map over here. So cool. That was another lovely gift from my mom and my aunts. Starting to, you know, put a little bit of decor, some lamps, coasters, stuff like that, but still really trying to figure out exactly what the vibe is going to be in here. But again, Facebook Marketplace, this bed, I was going to say $999. That is incorrect. $99. Solid wood, 70s cannonball bed. Great condition for what it is. It's a king size. That was so hard to find, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I think it fits this room, even though, you know, it's kind of funky, a little bit different. I just love it so much. And then the bathroom, still loving the plaid. That tile was such a great find. I have kind of spoken about it before, but I don't think I would ever do it for money and for other people because it was a nightmare and I would hate to be that for someone else. But working with interior designers, I feel like it really let Luke and I realize that we do know what we like and we do know what we want and we can make really good compromises. So I spent a lot of time on Google for this house, looking down rabbit holes at super specific things. And then there are some tiny touches that I still want to pick out, like nicer air vents, for example. Air vents are so ugly. There's some really cool vintage ones. There's like vintage looking ones, which is probably the better route because you can actually have dampers on it. But tiny things like this, let me see if I can show you. There's an attic right here. And I don't know if you remember before, but there was just a huge string hanging all the way down so you can access it. So instead of that, what I've done, I don't know if I'm going to be able to focus on that, is get, I think it's called Attic Ease was what we ended up going with. That's the brand. So it's basically like a very nice looking eyelet, hook, hole thing. You know what I'm trying to say. So to use it, ignore the state of this closet because it is just storage right now. There is, I don't know if you can see it, a big pole with a hook at the top of it over there. So you basically grab that, pull it out, and then you can take it over there and just pull it down that way instead of having that big long string that absolutely nobody wants to look at. So yeah, little tiny stuff. I mean, I could go on and on about this kind of thing. You probably do not care. But it's the cool stuff that I feel like I would notice if I'm staying somewhere. So it's the kind of stuff that I wanted to add in here. So at the bottom of the toilet, there are bolt covers. So there's bolts that hold the toilet in. I don't know if you can see that dome piece right there. And on Etsy, they make like ceramic shaped ones. So like a frog or a rabbit or whatever. And you can get them colored. You can just get them white to match the toilet. I would really like to do that on a couple of the toilets. I don't know if you've ever seen, so I'm trying to show you this hinge, but you know what a hinge looks like. There are little hinge toppers that you can get that are like, I mean, whatever your heart desired, I guess. I've seen teacups, I've seen animals, I've seen, you know, whatever. Little cute little cute girly stuff. But yeah, I like the tiny details. I'm not so great about big picture, but if I can break it down into the smaller stuff, it seems to be a lot easier. This was another stellar Facebook Marketplace find. I don't know if we've talked about it before. This one was a little more expensive because it's old, and it's a single family owned Victorian bed. So this woman was going in to a retirement home, and this was too big to take with her. And it had been in her family since her great-great-grandmother had purchased it back in the, she said, like mid to 1860s, something like that. And it's been converted into a queen by them. They've used it as their like main bed in their master bedroom ever since she got it from her mother. So that was really cool. Love to keep that in a place that, you know, it's going to get loved and used. And I tried to like quell her concerns about that, because obviously she didn't really want to get rid of it, but I told her it will be well loved and well used, and it is the most gorgeous bed. So stoked to have that. I told Luke we need to like spend the night in these different rooms. Like we do really need to make use of it all. I mean, I love our bed, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I want to like experience the rest of the house, because then how are we going to know what guests need? I guess is my thought process on that. But yeah, I think I might go get a library card. So I have a library card in Greensboro. But if you don't know, there's an app called Libby where you can virtually check out books and audiobooks. So like it'll send it straight to my Kindle, or I can listen to the audiobook straight from my phone. I don't think you're technically supposed to have more than one library card at a time. So Libby, please do not come for me. But I have moved here now, and there's a library right down the road. It's really cute, and I've never been in there. So I think I'm going to go get my library card. I don't know how much I'll be able to show you of that, because I don't want to like impede on someone's privacy. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that and then come home and make lunch and see what Luke's doing. Okay, I'm gonna hope for the best on that and hope that you can see me. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Have no idea how the audio is gonna sound. Let me turn my air down because you're right on a vent. But yeah, so yeah, I hopped in the car, gonna go get a library card, which is very exciting to me. I don't know how many of you are watching that's gonna be exciting to you, but I'm pretty stoked about it, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I personally want to, one, say thank you for being patient while we're working on these videos, because it's just hard. And then got hit hard with the sickness. Hopefully that's done. Hopefully we're finished, we're moving on, continuing forward, new year, having a great time. But I wanted to excuse that, moving on, continuing. I'm just not gonna be able to look at you. I just gotta hold the camera. What do you all want to see? I mean, truly, I want to know what you guys want to watch. I know what I like to watch. I know what channels that I am interested in, the type of content that I like to watch. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you all want to watch, or what you're interested in, or what you would like to see from us. I know there's been a lot of calls for cooking. I'm working on that. I'm gonna take a little, take videos of what I'm making tonight, which is slow cooker French onion chicken. Sounds intriguing. I am not a tutorial person though, so I'm not necessarily going to be cooking something and showing you the measurements of what I'm putting in it and the technique and how long. My goal would be just to kind of show you or talk about it and give you ideas, maybe spark something new for you to make for dinner. But it's more so kind of just, this is what we're doing. We're living life. This is what's happening at Acme Acres. So trying to be as authentic in that as possible. But pulling out a camera is not a normal part of my daily routine. So that's something that I'm gonna have to get used to. And for that reason, that means that I am just gonna have to maybe play around with the different stuff that I'm showing you, because Luke is also gonna go back to like his normal vampire schedule, which I hope that you all have been enjoying his streams. That's been fun for me personally as entertainment, but yeah, it's been cool to see his creativity flourish again and him be able to just like have a normal working day for him, because you know, we've been driving back and forth to Greensboro every day. I say we, it was mostly him, and then his setup was at the old house, so he was having to drive back there and record and then come back home, yada yada yada. So I'm excited for him to be able to like go back to his normal routine, which means it's me up during the day doing things. So I hope that you're okay with that. I apologize if you are not, but that it is what it is. I've gotten to the end of the driveway, so I'm definitely not going to keep holding the camera and driving on like an actual road where there's traffic. But yeah, let me know what you want to see. Let me know your thoughts, if you are excited about it or if you hate it and you're just here for the home content. There will be a garden in the future. There will be farm animals of various different types potentially in the future, and I'm just kind of enjoying seeing how this morphs and changes along with you all, because I have no idea what's happening. I'm just, you know, picking it up, turning it on, and that's pretty much it. I have no script, hence the whole vlog nature of this. But yeah, stoked to feel better, stoked to be able to get out into the world and do some stuff, and I'll see you at the library. Success. Should have flipped this around the other way because I have no idea if you can see me or not, but I have been trying to find, this isn't actually the book that I was looking for. This is something that was like at the Scholastic book fair when I was in middle school. They had it in the library. I was obsessed with the series. I think it was called, what is this one called? Young Royals. I think it was called, it has something with royal in the title. The Royal Diaries, that's what it was. And then there was another one that was called like Young Americans or something like that. Anyway, it's fictional stories of real historical figures, and apparently this is something that's similar, and it's written by one of the authors that did a lot of books in the other series. So I got that, and I've never heard of this. Sounds right up my alley. The Antique Hunter's Guide to Murder. Never heard of it. Sounds perfect. I just want to quick read some easy stuff because I'm almost done reading our friend Will's book, Children of the Black. I think I have like less than 100 pages left of that one, so I wanted some like easy, chill palette cleansers. So very, very tiny, very short, easy read books. But yeah, I'm gonna get changed and do a workout and check on Luke. So, workout done. I figured I would make my smoothie with you guys. Now, I eat much more than a smoothie in a day. This is just something that I try to have as a staple so that I can get some good protein and some fiber into my diet. That way, whatever else I eat in the day, whether it's movie theater candy from the basement or like actual food, I've got like a decent nutritional base for that. So basically, the best frozen fruit blend, cherry berry and kale by Wyman's. Absolutely love it. And a little bit of flax and chia seed blend. They're already all ground up, just some fiber and some good fats, I think. I don't know. I just put it in there. Yogurt. This one isn't my favorite, but it's what they had at the store. Loving Crazy Richard's 100% peanuts, peanut butter. Because we were using the Simply Jif or Simple Jif or Natural Jif, whatever it is. And I like it, but it's got palm oil added and it's got sugar. So I wanted to find something that was literally just peanuts. Just to try to get more whole foods in. It's hard and I'm used to the sugar, so this is an adjustment, but I know in the long run it's better for me, and now I don't really notice it that much. Been a fiber because I'm in my mid-30s and I need some more fiber. L-glutamine, I do like this brand, Thorn. This basically, I mean, it doesn't really help with my muscle soreness very much, but I do think it kind of helps with my digestion. and I've had it for a while, so I just put it in there. Just being 100% honest. And then, not sponsored, but the star of the show, if you use protein powder or you drink smoothies or whatever, you know how hard it can be to find a protein powder that not only tastes good but doesn't have a lot of crap in it. And that's the issue I was running into. Is I had a protein powder that I liked, but it had a bunch of stuff that I didn't know what it was, or I knew what it was and it was bad. This is the absolute best protein powder that I found, and it actually tastes good. It's not like some chalky, weird pea protein plant stuff, which if that's your jam, then go for it, but it's not for me. I wanted a beef-based protein. So this is from Heart and Soil. It's also completely plastic-free packaging, which is crazy. Even the scoop in here, the scoop is metal, which is shocking. This is whey protein, bovine trachea and scapula cartilage, and bovine colostrum. So I did want to start taking colostrum too, so this kind of kills two birds with one stone. Anyway, they don't know who I am. This is just really good. And I think that they only have the one flavor, which really isn't a flavor because there's nothing added in here. There's no weird stuff. But yeah, really like it. So I'm going to whack all of this in the blender and drink it, basically. Oh, and I forgot, I put a banana in there. Probably the most important piece of it, for me anyway. Dinner is in the slow cooker. It looks like hot garbage right now, but it should be pretty tasty. It's the recipe that I'm using from, oh gosh, what is the name? What is the name of this company? I will link it down below, but it's basically like boxes of these awesome little recipe cards, and you can pick what the theme of that box is, and for the most part, they've all been bangers, so I highly recommend. So I'm making Luke and I some lunch. He's getting a chicken Caesar wrap, and then I'm just gonna have like a chicken Caesar salad basically. And got some homemade tortillas. They're actually really easy to make and they're very delicious. But they do go bad pretty quickly, so you have to keep them in the fridge. So just wrap them in like a wet paper towel and nuke them for like 25-30 seconds and they're back to life. It's very cool. Parm, obviously. Chicken is in the air fryer in the pantry. And then I've got some homemade Caesar with avocado oil mayo in it. But yeah, I'm sure you've heard it from everybody under the sun. You might be tired of hearing about it, but seed oils, or like canola oils and things like that, which I guess is a seed oil, but it's in everything. And I'm trying to reduce that in our diets as much as possible. Who knows if it makes a difference? I'm not a scientist, but I have watched videos on how they make vegetable oil and canola oil, and it's gross. It's a byproduct of the oil and gas industry, and I really think we should be eating that. So I'm trying to like stretch myself learn how to make some stuff homemade, and it's pretty cool. It's not as convenient, but all you have to do is make sure you set the time aside to do it, and that's what I try to do now, is just keep in mind when we're running low on something, and then just plan the next day or the day after to make some more. But yeah, got all these recipes off the internet. I'm sure there's better ones out there. I'm sure I'm still eating a bunch of crap that I shouldn't, but you know, every little bit helps. Dinner was delicious. I give that a thumbs up. I finished reading my book in the bath. It is by our friend Will, and it's called Children of the Black. The sequel is already out, so you can buy this and part 2 on Amazon. Luke is streaming, so you might have to bleep some of this. But yeah, done for the night, and wanted to show off my bookmark that I made. I don't know, what does that handwriting look like? First grade, second grade, something like that. Still use it for my books when I read. Thank you, Mom. She's the one that gave me like all my papers and stuff from school back, and I found this gem in there. So been very happy, because I honestly don't really have any bookmarks. But yeah, I'm gonna go read one of my new library books in the bed and pass out. That is it. It is a very productive Monday, or it felt like a very productive Monday anyway. And I hope you're all right with not really seeing Luke in this. He will be back. But yeah, I guess that's me signing off. That's all, folks. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.